Congratulations, captains! You've mastered the manual drop with torpedoes. But torpedoes aren't the only tool in your arsenal. You also have dive bombers. Dive bombers are a second type of armament that can cause fire if using HE bombers, or do massive damage to armored targets with AP bombers. At lower tiers, however, you'll only see these HE bombers. As with torpedo bombers, you can also use the overpathing method to get the best drop with your dive bombers. The important thing to remember with dive bombers is you're either wanting to come from the front of the target or the back of the target to get the best drop. Here we see a lone little Zoe Ho towards the end of the match. Similar to the manual torpedo video, what we first do is set our planes to fly beyond where the direction of that ship is going, also known as the overpath. As the planes fly in that direction, we hold down the Alt key and allow the angling to rotate around. Once the angling is correct, we simply click where we'd like the planes to drop. While HE bombers alone don't do a lot of damage, they do have the potential to start a fire on the enemy ship. Fire is great as it provides damage over time on that ship. You can also use fires to eventually learn the damage stacking technique. This technique will be addressed in another video. While the method of dropping dive bombers is pretty similar to that of torpedoes, there are a few things that make it a little bit more complicated. As mentioned before, it is critical with dive bombers that you are either attacking from the front of the ship or the back of the ship. The drop pattern of a dive bomber is a narrow oval. Attacking from the front or the rear of the ship means that this oval will be parallel to the ship. If you attack from the side, only a third of the available drop space will be over the ship, and therefore you are unlikely to hit as many dive bombs as if the drop pattern was parallel to the ship. The second difference between torpedo bombers and dive bombers, torpedoes have room to allow the torpedoes to run forward. Dive bombers drop where you set the circle. Therefore, it's slightly harder to actually drop with dive bombers, as you have to have pretty good prediction on where the ship's going to be when your dive bombers are going to land. What this means in reality is the faster the ship is moving, the more difficult it will be to attack them with dive bombers, although not impossible. So let's do a skill recap. HE dive bombers, great at setting fires. AP dive bombers, available at later tiers and on some premium ships, great at doing massive damage to high armored targets. To get the most effective drop, we use the overpathing method. The overpathing method is setting the plane to fly past the target and then using the rotation of the plane flying past to get the best angle on the ship as it drives straight or turns. While dive bombers are slightly more difficult than torpedo bombers, with time and practice, you'll get there too, Captain.